Downloading Sunry Incident Archive. The computer screen switches to a fish-eyed view from some sort of small surveillance device on the wall. A beautiful young woman enters the room, followed by a much older man. Interesting. As she walks further into the room, he softly closes the door, pulls out his quote-unquote blaster, and shoots her right up the back. Oh my! Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam. This is Jim4 Gaming. Welcome you back to Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we infiltrated the Sith base. We did some negotiating with the Sith in the Sith base in order to get the Republic little data cartridge back. And we'll probably turn that in maybe in this episode. In this episode, as you kind of would see already, we're going to do that Myrtle trial. That Sunry's in hot water. Jolie's old friend, Alora, his wife, wanted us to figure that out. Well, we were already a Jedi detective, so we might as well be a Jedi defense lawyer. So that's what we're going to be doing in this episode. And if you're excited for that, please hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things on down below. And if you are wondering, yes, we will be doing Knights of the Old Republic 2 when it comes out. I'll probably have episode 1 up on the day it releases this upcoming Wednesday. And don't worry, we will finish the first game before we get any close, I would say, to venturing into that game. I'll probably only do the first episode when it first releases, finish up this game, and we'll head into that one. And if you're excited for that, always hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things on down below, and comment, as always, down below. And hello people, it's going to be a lot of narrating because the South class talk like, you know, squishy fish people, which is what they are, so. But first, some more Sith and Republic bickering.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers. They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure why the camera did that. It looked at the person not talking, but, you know. Taunts and threats are not sufficient provocation in the eyes of this court. Words can be ignored, which is what your men should have done. I find both the Republic and Sith to be equally at fault for this breach of peace. I should throw all parties involved in the Altal City jail, but since no Southcath were harmed in this conflict, I will show mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides, which is not a chump change, at least for us anyway. The court is dismissed, though I warn you that failure disturbance will not be viewed with such leniency. Yes, your master. Also, these guys are just bickering. Nothing really too crazy. Also, let's talk to Judge Sekiller, because I think he's the main guy. These other judges only have, like, flavor text. He's the one we want. The Southcap people thank you for exposing the Sith plot here in Manan. When our leaders decided a fitting punishment, they will certainly know our displeasure. Is there anything else you wish to bring to my attention? You have permission to ask. Yeah, I'd like to talk about Sunry's case involving, you know, Jolie's old friend. This is acceptable. I believe in Manan's legal tradition. The defendant can have an arbiter who tried to provide his innocence in case. The arbiter is a neutral party. They can investigate and present evidence in the trial and argue on the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you fulfill this role adequately.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
Yes. So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in the case of Sunry versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded in our files. I will now inform you of the pretense facts in the case. You have a limited amount of time in which you investigate and organize the defense of your client, and I advise you use it wisely. Sunry was seen leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman. Elisa Horos. He has been charged with the murder and is being held in the Altar City prison facility. Due to this crippling status, he is being kept in a solitary holding cell. Witnesses claim to have seen the killing and are being detained at the hotel for questioning pending the trial. The manager of the hotel has now been informed of your appointment. Elisa was found dead of a blaster wound with an incriminating Republic medal clutched in her hand. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It would be wise to review all information before the trial starts. You may ask Sunry or the witness. The evidence in the case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunry. I believe he will take some doing to absolve him of guilt.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
You may also interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of the per-tense factors in this case. Since this is also your first case, and you are an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add "good luck" as my final missive. Thank you, dude. So there's a lot. So obviously, having played this game, I already know the outcome. So the true outcome is, yeah, he did it. Sorry, spoilers, but yeah. But to get the most XP, basically, we're gonna not reveal that fact. There's one slab of evidence we can get, but we might need a little friend to get it. But let's head off to the hotel first to talk to all the people around the crime scene in order to get, you know, our bearings in this case. As I forgot, we probably should talk to Sunry first. Also, say hello to T3. He's going to be needed for something. You may come and go as you please, Arbiter. You will find the door unlocked. Just make sure you don't activate any halo rings. If you wish to begin your trial, you must make the request with the warden. It shall have been passed to the judges. Alright, let's see what Sunry's got to say for himself. I'm sure he's got a bunch of stuff saying.
Jolie, what are you doing here? Alora sent me, Sunry. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case.
Just like old
Let me-
times,
me
eh, Jolie?
Jolie.
You come
Me.
swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire?
You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case.
The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that.
You don't sound
So I
too
thought.
sure.
But the Cellcast seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
He says this, but I need to investigate the case anymore. Any ideas where I should look?
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. The Cellcast already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with off-worlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
Alright.
Go ahead.
Do I even have it? The judges said that you left after the shot was fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure.
I mean, he's not lying.
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
Alright, so if my planning was done correctly, let's just go to the Republic embassy, because he says go investigate the Sith base. Don't do that. There's really, I mean, unless to my knowledge, there's really nothing in there. I even did a clean sweep in between episodes to just make sure. There's nothing in the Sith embassy. But in the Republic embassy, and I think T3's here to help us out with that. Let's go check. Also, boy, that's one thing I really hope they fix in the remake. There is just a lot of walking. You have to go to like 3 load zones just to get back here. Okay, so we've reached the back at the Republic Embassy, 2 load zones over. So where would you need to go? No, you don't talk to him. You just bypass him, be like, "Skrr, I know I'm supposed to hand in something to you, but, you know, I'm just going to go over here to this large computer. And slice the Republic. And access restricted data files. And downloading Sunry Incident Archive. The computer screen switches to a fish-eyed view from some sort of small surveillance device on the wall. A beautiful young woman enters the room, followed by a much older man. Interesting, interesting. As she walks further into the room, he softly closes the door, pulls out his quote-unquote blaster, and shoots her right up the back. Oh my, this must be some sort of secret recording of Sunry murdering Elisa. Maybe. Or it's some kind of smut film. Interesting. Also, you could probably hack those in. They do work, because I think when I was younger I did play with console commands, because I did play this on my old PC back in the day, and yeah, they work. Not really too sure what disable local power grid does. I think that literally just turns everything off, which I'm not sure if it works. I know this one definitely works. So, Jolie. Also, that's why I brought T3, so I'd be able to save all of the computer spikes in the world, even though I think I have way too many. How many do I have? Oh, yeah, I have like 15 computer spikes. Yeah, but, and then you see their computer use, 28. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we weren't wasting spikes, because spikes are precious. Also, Jolie,
Got something on.
you know, tell me about Sunry. How do you know him? Also, did you just witness that, recording?
What? You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunry for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. A man could have
Jesus,
changed
20
a lot
years,
in
that's
that
a long
span
ass
of time, though. But to become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunry I know. He was a good man.
Yeah, well,
Put me
we
up in
just
his home
watched
for a
the
year
smut
back
film of
after I
his
left the
pulling
Order.
out his blaster
War
and
hero,
shooting her
too.
up the back.
So I hear.
So,
I
I
wouldn't
mean-
mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. I don't expect much these days.
The funny thing is you can literally figure that the dark side option of this mission is literally just go here, get the recording, tell Sunry, this you? He's like, nah, that's not me. And be like, I'm pretty sure this you. And he's like, damn, don't show that to them. And you're like, uh-oh. But no, we're not going to do that. Let's get all the evidence. Seeing as though we already know what happened, seeing as though we have a recording, but yeah, let's get all the evidence just in case.
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh?
That me?
Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want too.
Tell me what you saw the night of the murder.
The Sith woman, Elisa, rented a room in the
Awesome.
hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
Could it have gone off after he left?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court.
You would testify Sunry left before the shot. You can testify it happened after he left. I could pay you 200 credits to say it.
What do you want?
What do you know about Sunry and Elisa?
Elisa used to rent rooms here
Elisa,
every
sorry.
week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on.
Bam, cha-bam. Tell me what you saw.
The Sith woman, Elisa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple. What?
Who are the witnesses in the hotel?
There were only two other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like a really
Glupor.
dirty, shifty type. Normally, I don't let his kind in here. I'm
Racist.
a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. Don't know anything about him
Oop.
other than that. Anything else you want to know?
So, yeah, that's his testimony. You can basically bribe him to not say that, but, you know. Hello, Fur Myth. I'm gonna rob you first. Thank you for the 100
You with the
credits.
cell, Kath? You here to see me about the murder, too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me?
What do you know about Sunry and Alosa?
Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel, too. Going to Alassa's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics usually.
Do you think you mean you're having a relationship?
I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room in private is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself.
Sith Master was probably like, Jesus.
Oh, well, Alassa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
You know what you want to tell me?
You know, I think I could trust you. Heck, I don't even know why I shouldn't tell you. Well, one time, I saw Alassa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Alassa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest.
She was a dark Jedi.
Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify it to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
How did I get dark side points? Because I used the mind trick? How? Well, it's not the most terrible thing I've ever done. Use a Jedi mind trick just to have him tell me what he knows. Oh well. Can I open this door?
No problem. Didn't work.
Well, C. T3 has all the security. Yeah, there we go. All that for a med pack. Also, here's Gloopor. You here with Cellcat? You have a question for Gloopor. Gloopor already say everything he know. Questions about the murder? Gloopor tell everything to Cellcat. You know, Gloopor have no reason not to say. Gloopor tell you everything. Everything about murder. Everything about Sith Lady's room. Why were you at the hotel? Gloopor stay in that hotel. Gloopor not very rich. Hotel much too rich for Gloopor to live at. But Gloopor stay for weeks and have enough to stay here for a few days. Here's a Gloopor chance to live for a while. What did you see? Gloopor not see murder. Oh no, Gloopor did see Republic guy, the cripple, Sunry his name. Gloopor think, Gloopor see Sunry running away from the scene of crime. Gloopor see nothing else at all, especially not in the Sith Lady's room. Why were you at the room? Gloopor stay in a hotel. Gloopor not very rich. Hotel much rich. Gloopor use chance. I already said all that. What was Elisa's room? Gloopor just curious to see what happened. Gloopor have no reason to go in the room. No one paid Gloopor to do so. Well, you want to tell me who paid you and for what? Gloopor want to tell you. Gloopor want to tell you Sith paid him money to plant metal on body. Gloopor want to tell you this because you were Glooper's friend. Good friend. Maybe give Gloopor money, maybe not. I mean, do you want money? Gloopor answer later questions. Then Cellcat let Gloopor leave while trial's still on. Okay, that was a lot. Alright, so Gloopor planted the metal on Sunry's body, so the Sith didn't really care about her. They just wanted to convict Sunry, I guess. He knew that she was a dark Jedi and that they were seeing each other for a while, which is kind of creepy. And the bartender says that he basically heard the gun go off beforehand. Which isn't good. I think, yeah, to get the best outcome...
You were the one to...
Yep. No. Can I pay you credits?
No.
No? Can I force persuade you?
What? Why the hell should I? Now, is there any...
No, let's try this again. How about...
No.
How about you testify it happened after you left?
No.
No? How about money?
No.
No? How about force persuade?
What? Now is...
No? Jesus, this is gonna be a
You
little...
can't-
Also,
No.
this is definitely a guy you can just keep going.
No.
No? Money?
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
Maybe
money.
I could do something for you then.
If you
All
ever
right,
watch Salt
I'll do it.
Factory, that makes
I'll
it a
tell the
lot more
Cellcat
funnier
that he
when
left
he
before the
has that in his
shot went
video.
off. But this is our little secret. If you try and turn me in for lying, I'm making sure you come with me.
I guess this is what they call working the system. Not that I'm objecting. I just hope the Cellcath don't find out about it.
Now, was there anything...
Nope, I'm good. Thanks, dude. Also, this guy is here. He's a mysterious man.
You, Jedi. I hear you're investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not?
Master Jar?
This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface.
I mean, I already saw a recording of what it is, so I don't know why you're being cryptic. Why are you telling me this?
Let us just say that I'm an interested party, and that I have concerns. This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. Sunry and Elassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes?
Huh?
Dear. I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies.
They just give it to me?
No, of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
I mean, I already know the truths. I got a video of him doing it. Mysterious stranger. Oh, well. So yeah, like I said, I don't think there's anything in the Sith base. I went through all the computers. There's nothing. There's definitely something in the Republic computer that we already got and already saw. So I think that's enough evidence. I think there's one more shred of evidence that we can get out of his wife. So let's go do that before getting this show on the road.
Yes. Yes, he was having an affair. He was seeing that Sith woman.
That
For all
thought.
these years we've been together, he just struck me like that.
I mean, to be
Not
fair, you look like
publicly,
a very
no.
young lady
But inside,
compared to him.
that's what it feels like. He started seeing Elassa last year.
Oh, gee, she even
I
knows who
had
she
my
is.
suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. Love. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood.
He has killed many Sith before. Don't worry, Laura. Maybe save him. He has killed many Sith before, you know.
That was a long time ago. In a war, far, far away.
I mean, like 20 years ago?
He's changed now. Settled down. Oh, just please, prove his innocence.
Your husband might not be so innocent, Laura.
This is all a plot to discredit the Republic. Sunry is a victim of a Sith frame-up.
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. A man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
Well, you see, the real evidence is that he did do it. Sorry. Jolie, come on. Let's go talk to him. I'm sure this can be a very, very good conversation.
Jolie, coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the warden and begin my trial.
Soon, old friend. But we don't want to go to trial until we've got the whole picture.
Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls.
Bare walls, you're in a
I
cage.
suppose you know what you're doing. You know, the role of arbiter cannot be taken lightly.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, you know I was having an affair with Elassa. I went there to break it off that night. Well, I can tell you it wasn't easy. She was young and beautiful. But I love Alora. I knew I had to do it. I broke it off quickly as I could, and then I left. I Found out later she'd been murdered when the Selkath authorities came knocking on my door. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alassa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you.
Through your teeth.
Further, they say they found my heroes crossed at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing finders. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Selkath, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
Can I throw that in his face? Come on.
Well,
yes, I already know all that.
Obviously.
I already knew all that. Yes. There's a few things we need to clear up.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
There was a Rodian. Well, so here's the thing. He didn't. That wasn't planned. That was planned by the Sith. So the Sith just want to make sure he's guilty. But I know you're guilty, Sunry. I've got the Republic data recording.
So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. They found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it.
But they found out the truth, didn't they?
The Sith must have been spying on me and Alassa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting rid of all the evidence. So they planted their own evidence. Alassa must have stolen that hero's cross from me long ago and given it to her Sith masters like some kind of trophy. I just thought I'd misplaced it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I won't betray your secret. We'll go to trial. I don't know.
You think I'm some kind of monster, don't you? All I did was kill a Sith. How many Sith have you killed? Dozens? Hundreds? Thousands?
That's different, Sunry, and you know it. We don't kill them in cold blood while they sleep.
I don't see how the two of us are any different. She was a spy. She was using me to get information so Malak's army could destroy the Republic. She deserved to die.
And you are judge, jury, and executioner for that? Killing your lover while she sleeps is murder, even if she is a Sith.
If I confess, I'm looking at 20 years in prison. And the Otto City officials might even place KOTOR sanctions on the Republic Embassy. Without KOTOR, how can we treat the injuries to our soldiers on the front lines?
So, and that's the gray area of this entire thing. So yes, you could find out that Sunry is guilty. Great Gold Star, Master Jedi, great. That's the truth. But if you do, basically it's going to hinder the Republic and could cause damage, irreparable damage to them down the line. Even though, you know, knowing the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really, you know, matter much. But in this moment, yeah, that's the gray area. These are just excuses, Sunry. We both know you have to own up to your crime. Expose you right, I won't expose you. Could I force whatever you? No, I don't want to do that, because then that locks it in. Suppose you're right, I won't expose you. We'll see.
No, I can't do that. And put the Republic's supply of KOTOR in danger. No, I won't. Look, I may have done something stupid, and it may only be worse for my standing by it, but I will not confess. If you turn me in, the Republic will likely lose its KOTOR export privileges, and then we'll lose the war for sure. Are you going to send all those thousands, millions like Taurus to their deaths just for your sense of justice?
Sunry, this is wrong and you know it. I am a Jedi. What is it that you expect me to do to defend your actions?
You do whatever you have to, Jolie. I know what I did. But I also know what's at stake here. No, I'll rot in here if I have to. I won't betray the Republic. Do what you have to. But know what the consequences will be.
I know I'm guilty. I'm guilty as hell. But if you turn me in, you'll be dicking me over and the Republic over. Also, there's this guy in here.
When I get out of here, you're dead! I'll gut your fishy little corpse, cut off your head, and bathe in your blood!
Jesus. Yeah, that guy. Also, well, that's pretty much it. So we can start the trial and get this show on the road. So you're the arbiter in Sunry Alessa's murder case, then. I hope your martial office is traditionally supposed to be. Your off-worlders have a tendency to ignore the rules of law in favor of some rather irrational causes. What is it I can do for you? I'm here to begin the trial. Are you certain, human? Once the trial has begun, it cannot be stopped, and once judgment is given, the case can never be reopened. You must be certain your investigation is complete before you request a trial. This is the role of the arbiter. Are you certain you wish to begin the trial? Yep, let's do it. Very well, human. I shall advise the court, and we shall begin immediately. I mean, this is it. I mean, we technically already know what happens. Let the record show that the trial of Sunry versus Alto City Authority has commenced. Presiding are Judge Shelkar, Joasas, Nala Shakan, Kota, and Dula. This trial is to determine the culpability of Sunry in the death of the Sith Alasa. Representing Sunny is his defense as a murdering of the Jedi Order. Do you have any opening statements? Sunry is guilty of Jesus, that's at the top too. You will find Sunry innocent. I doubt that works. There's no way that works. I have no comment at this time. Acting as a persecutor for the Alto City Authority is an impartial observer for the Sith Empire. Impartial.
It is an honor to see justice served. And I will see Sunry is executed for the crime he has committed.
Impartial! Do not be too overzealous in presenting your confession, Sith. The first matter of business is the persecution of the sworn testimony of our persecutor Ignis at the hotel where the murder occurred. What is your testimony? Wish to give
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, left before I heard the blaster shot.
Impossible!
Know your place, Sith. This is serious evidence indeed. The court will keep this in mind near the top of the list of pertinent facts. We will now begin by calling forth the witness of the crime and taking their testimony. After each witness has given their testimony, you have a cross-examination them. You may ask the proceeding judge for their opinion on the current state of the case. This is the special privilege given by Manon Law over to the defendant, so use it wisely. The first witness is Furlith. The persecution will question the witness first.
You are Firith Me, the well-known Pazak player. I wonder if we can trust the word of a gambler as reliable testimony.
Objection. Objection sustained. Ask the witness your question. Do it promptly.
Of course, Your Honor. Firith Me, what did you see the night of the murder?
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot and saw Sunry over there limping down the hall out of the building.
A very obvious point, Your Honors. The accused was seen leaving the scene of the crime after the blaster that killed Alassa was fired.
It is now the defense's turn to cross-examine the witness. Did you actually see the murder happen?
You mean actually see him kill her with my own eyes? Well, no, but I don't think there could have been anyone else there.
Your point is well taken, Arbiter. Do you have an additional question? Was the metal left at the crime scene not a little too obvious?
I think it may have been. I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid to leave something that important lying around, wouldn't you?
This argument has merit. Do you have an additional question? Do I? I have no additional questions. Very well. Would you like to use this opportunity to poll the judges? We're good. Since the defense has no further questions, we will call out the second witness, the Rodian Glooper. Percussion may question the witness.
Glooper the Rodian, you were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunry leaving Elassa's room, didn't you?
Yes, Glooper sees Sunry running down hallway, and when Glooper looked in the room, Sith woman dead on floor.
This is clear, then, that Sunry left the room with the Sith Elassa already dead behind him.
Perhaps, Sith, perhaps. It is the turn of the defense to question the witness now. Did you see Sunry kill Elassa? Glooper not see Sunry really hurt Sith, but Glooper did see Sunry leave the room with dead Sith in it. But Glooper not see him really kill Sith. An important distinction, Arbiter. Do you wish to ask the witness anything else? Isn't the medal at the crime scene too obvious of a clue? Glooper not know why anyone leave things in someone else's room. Glooper just think things happen. It is just odd. Yes, odd indeed. You know damn well why it's there, Glooper. Nope, I have no additional questions. Would you poll the judges? Nah. If the defense has no more questions, the court will call out Elora, Sunry's wife.
You, Elora, are Sunry's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero in the last war between the Sith Empire and the Republic. He was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the Sith for his injury?
Yes, I guess he would.
And there you have motive. Sunry seeks revenge on the Sith for what they did to him and killed Elassa.
Supposition for now, Persecutor. Does the defense have any questions for the witness? Was it true your husband was having an affair with Elassa?
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the affair.
Be silent, you have already questioned the witness, Persecutor.
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised. But now things have become so very complicated.
This is very enlightening evidence. It will influence our deliberation considerably. Do you have any more questions? No, no more questions. Use this opportunity. Meh.
I wish
we don't really need to poll anything. We already know we're very good in this case. We have all the evidence.
Are you a
like
war hero, Mr. Sunry? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its heroes.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike the Sith? Even hate them?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocents?
Pure politics. Were you in Elassa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I was. I had been having an affair with Elassa and my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there to end it.
You were having an affair with a Sith. You wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind and tried to flee.
No,
it's actually very true.
I think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunry.
Do not contempt the accused. In fact, I think you said quite enough already, Persecutor. Do you have any questions? How could Elise have gotten a hold of your medal, Sunry?
I don't know. The medal had gone missing some time ago. I never found out what happened to it. It's possible the Sith had stolen it and had it planted on the body.
Supposition, Your Honors?
True, but it doesn't have merit to consideration. Is there anything else? Were you going there to end the affair? Would the Sith object?
Yes, I think they would. They wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be.
Oh, yes it is. Be silent, Persecutor. This is valuable points that lend some credence to your defense, Arbiter. Is there anything else you wanted to ask the accused? Do I don't think I do. Will you use this opportunity to poll the judges? Nah. The witnesses have all called forward in questions by both prosecution and defense. The prosecution will now present in closing its summary of the present facts of the case.
I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunry was having an affair with Elassa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method, given his hatred of the Sith, was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunry fleeing the scene, and material evidence places him there at the time of the murder as well. I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, Your Honors, to this very conclusion.
Indeed, your closing statement, Arbiter. Well, no one actually witnessed the murder. Truth.
Well, that doesn't mean a thing.
I like how
he
you said
was
truth.
there, running from the room.
If you speak out of turn again, you will be forcibly ejected from the court. The Arbiter speaks a valid fact. Is there another point you wish to make? Well, Sunry was ending the affair, so the Sith could have killed her.
The Sith would not leave the medal of her killer clutched in her hand.
Your time for argument has passed, and you would do well to remember that. The Arbiter's arguments does bring up a valid point. Is there anything else you wish to state? No, my arguments are complete. Then the court will now deliberate amongst ourselves. Even though I kind of just withhold evidence, this court hereby finds Sunry innocent of the murder of Sith Elassa.
Your Honors, no!
Silence! The verdict has been delivered, and this trial is now over.
Oh, Sunry, I'm so glad.
Elora, thank you for saving me. I don't know how I can repay you. Elora and I are going to leave here and get as far away from all this as soon as we can. I and the Republic will not forget what you've done for us. Thank you.
Yay, happy ending. And now that he's left, hey, can I tell you that he actually did kill them? Your task with the court has been completed, human. You have fulfilled your role as arbiter to the satisfaction of this court. Should you have any other grievances you wish to present, visit your judge on duty at the time. Alright, cool. Stealthcath love me. Alright. So, and let's head back to the Republic Embassy and turn in that doodad that we got from the Sith base. And maybe they'll actually give me some kudos, too, for helping out the Republic. They won't. I don't think they even acknowledge the fact. Alright, now that we're finally back at the Republic base, we can get some main story progress going on.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. It does not appear to have been tampered with, so the Sith did not manage to copy its contents yet. And now for your information. We are not supposed to speak of this, but since you are a Jedi and we have exhausted all the other options, I think I can entrust you with this. As you know, the Republic is fighting for its very existence against the evil of the Sith Empire. As you also undoubtedly know, we're doing very poorly. We need much in the way of supplies and material to stem the tide of battle and bring us victory. Manan is the sole source of KOTOR, the most powerful medical substance in the galaxy. Frankly, we need as much of it as we can get.
Yeah, gets to the point.
The Selkath conservatives, with their neutrality treaties, seek to treat the Sith and the Republic equally. This includes KOTOR exports. But a few more far-sighted Selkath see that if the Sith are ever allowed to win, the galaxy will be plunged into darkness, and there would be nothing to stop them from taking Manan anyway. So we made a deal.
You violated the treaty?
Shh, not so loud. Yes, it is a technical violation of the treaty, but it is sanctioned by elements of the Selkath government. We need only to keep it hidden from the Sith. We recently began construction of a secret underground facility to harvest KOTOR directly at its source. We also hope to one day be able to synthesize it effectively. Current techniques are insufficient for the task, so we must mine it for now. The amount we take would hardly be noticed, since most is lost naturally before it reaches the surface anyway. We were nearing completion of the base when the digging teams reported some sort of obstruction. An ancient building or artifact, possibly your star map. Transmissions from the base were cut off abruptly after that, and we haven't heard from the station since.
Why have you not investigated?
As you may have noticed, we're hiring a lot of mercenaries around here. Ostensibly, they're to be shipped off-world to aid in our fight against the Sith, but they're really for another purpose. When we lost contact with the station in the Rackard Rift, we sent our contingent of Republic soldiers down to investigate. None returned. We've tried hiring mercenaries and sending them down as well, but none of those expeditions have returned either. The reason we really sent that droid underwater, and the reason we needed its data back so badly, was to find out what happened to the Rackard Rift station. But now that we have the data back, our operation is in no danger of exposure to the Sith. And now I must live up to my end of the bargain.
How will I get down there?
I took the liberty of having a submarine prepared for your departure. Merely use this card to get past the door behind our Kolto packing room and enter the sub therein. It has been programmed to take you down to the station, and also to take you back up should you need something. I would send soldiers to assist you, but we've lost many of ours, and nearly exhausted the mercenary population of this planet. The soldiers we have are barely enough to keep this base secure. The Sith have also noted our interest and begun to bribe mercenaries away from us. Please, find out what happened to the facility. There may be some survivors left down there. Perhaps even the head scientist, Kono Nolan. Good luck in your efforts.
Alright. And I think we will head down to the Haraxa Rift and see what's going on. Whoa, that was an interesting little thing by T3 right there. And I hope you join me for that. But first, before we do that, I think we should level up. Probably wisdom, just to make sure our force powers are getting up. Computer use is right around where I want it. I like persuade and treat injury could help. My powers, I do like the force shield, but seeing as though we deflect blaster bolts anyway, we should have no problem. I do like stasis field, but I do, oh, that's level 18. I do like stasis field. That's probably the best thing we're gonna get until we get Force Storm. So yeah, we'll just go with stasis field. And there we go. We're almost, I don't even know if I'm going to even reach level 18 or if it's level 18 combined, because technically we're level 16, but we got pretty good wisdom, keeping our force powers coming back, and we'll do some damage. I also need to start getting better feats. Regular fury just isn't working. We need some power attacks, and seeing as though our strength is pretty decent, that should be pretty good. And I hope you join me in the next episode as we head down to the Sith base, but until next time, please hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things on down below. But until then, this has been Adam, I have been HM04 Gaming, and this has been Knights of the Old Republic. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a great day.